made the comparison to the 2011 team, particularly with the high amount of freshmen. How's the leadership different 4 years later?
Yeah, it's very different. I mean, very, very different. Not that those guys were bad leaders. They were excellent leaders. I mean, we had some guys on that team, man, there were some really good football players in that senior group. But the difference is none of those guys had the success that this group has had. You know, this group doesn't know anything else. They don't know anything else. This is the only culture they know. You know, none of those guys in 2011, those seniors, they didn't come here for me to be their head coach. You know, and so we were just 2 years into kind of putting the program in place, and all of a sudden you come out, you're 8-0. We weren't ready for that. We didn't have the mentality that we needed to have, especially with the amount of young players that we had on that roster. But that's all part of it. I mean, that's all part of getting your program where you want it to be. Is, you know, going through all those different, you know, phases in building a program. And, you know, that's the difference to me, is this senior leadership group. We don't have many seniors, but the seniors and juniors that we have on the team, I mean, these guys can hang their hat on a lot of things. I mean, they've been a part of a bunch of wins. They've had big wins. And, you know, so they are fully bought into and invested in to the culture that we have. So that's exciting times for everybody, because, you know, we all love what we do, and, you know, especially in the sports realm. That's why we got into this business. So obviously everybody's got different roles, but, man, it's just finally good to get this thing going, and we're ready to kick it off. I'm very anxious to see our team play somebody other than ourselves, and you know, kind of further the evaluation of where we are right now as a team. There's just only so much you can do practicing against each other with the amount of familiarity you have with each other. You practice against each other all spring, and they skills and drills all summer, and then all camp, and it's just harder to get a true evaluation when you don't have another opponent. And so it's good to be able to play somebody and kind of gauge where we are and what kind of work we've gotten done in camp. I think we've had a good camp. I really do. But it's been different this year. It's been a different camp from a schedule standpoint. The past several years, I don't know, 4+ years, we've been starting school on a Wednesday around here, and we've been playing 10 days later. And the routine was very different this year because we started on a Wednesday and we played 17 days later. So had an extra week of school built in there from a preparation standpoint. So that was a little different, but I think that we've managed that well. I like, you know, where our team is, and the spirit of the team, the chemistry of the team. I like the look in their eye. I felt like last night would be one of those days where, you know, they'd probably have a little different skip to them, and they did. You know, everybody's excited to finally, you know, kick the season off, and again, that's what we do all the work for, is this time of year. So ready to get it going. I think we're fairly healthy. I think we've been very fortunate from that regard. As far as injury guys, you know, we Caleb Bevel, who's a transfer in here, he and his brother Kelby. Caleb came in with a fractured hand, and he's a guy that's ineligible this year, but he's a guy that's on our injury report. And Tucker Israel, y'all all know about. He's getting closer every day. Hope that, I mean, he's going through practice, he's going through the drills. He's not quite 100%, but he is getting closer. So it's good to have him back out there. The biggest loss that we've had is Corinne Wiggins. That's the only, you know, season-ending loss that we've had, you know, come out of camp. And he had his surgery this past Friday. Spirits are good, and you know, kind of starting that process. So he'll obviously redshirt this year and have a whole year to get back, you know, ready to go. Chris Register, we're going to hold him out this week. He's had a couple of stingers, you know, got a little nerve irritation in his trapezius area or whatever. So we're just kind of put him on the shelf the last few days, and we're going to hold him out this week and then reevaluate him first of next week. So hopefully he'll be okay and able to get back out there sooner than later. And the only other guy that we're, probably could play, but we're going to try to hold him this week is Seconder. Has had a great camp, has really done a nice job for us. Little bit of scar tissue irritation, could play, could have played if we needed him to, but it was something that was kind of bothering him a little bit, so we just did a little, just a very minor cleanup procedure on a little scar tissue area, and again, probably could play this week, but we're going to probably hold him and just see if we can get him back out there next week. He should be ready to go. So injury-wise, we're in pretty good shape. But and on Stanton, I'm really proud of him. I don't think people really understand the magnitude of his injury. I mean, he tore every single ligament in his knee, all of them. And to see the camp that he's had and how he's worked to get himself back, I'm just really proud of him and excited he's going to have an opportunity to get back out there. But this is just kind of one of those little things that we just want him to. We don't want it to be something that lingers throughout the season. So expect him to be ready to go next week. But other than that, everybody's back in practice and good to go.